1, 2, 3. So this is here, space wide.
Hi, this is Anna, and my special moment at the ashram was actually the very first day, the very first time I came here in 2011. I came for the 10 days of yoga in October, and that night I went to the temple for satsang and walked into the temple not knowing what to expect, and found myself completely lifted by light. The whole room was, to me, illuminated, bursting with light, and everybody was chanting Om. It was truly a magical moment, and I'll never forget how I felt lifted by the light at that time. Best wishes and sincere gratitude for the ashram and everybody here.
Birthday Maya, happy birthday Maya, happy birthday Maya, thank you! It's my birthday today, 11th birthday, yay!
Hello, my name is Suzanne and I'm from Calgary, and I have been at the ashram since the 5th of January. I've done the YDC and then stayed on to do karma yoga. And my special moment was actually during the celebration, or one of them anyway, because I had a birthday at the same time as the ashram had its birthday. Dinner on the beach, birthday cake, satsang on the beach, and it was a long satsang, or late anyway. The light changed and we sat there with this beautiful view in front of us, singing and chanting and honoring Divine Mother until it got dark. So, happy birthday, ashram. I'm so happy you are here and I can come again and again.
Hi, my name is Sylvie Sills from Montreal, Canada, and there are so many moments that I would like to talk about here at the ashram, but mainly it is a place of spaciousness and a place that allows love in the sense of discovering who you are and accepting and loving who you are and sharing with others everyone together the potential that we all possess, all our knowledge and experiences and will to do good. I would like to say that anyone who wishes to come here, I hope that you can really make it, because it is an amazing place. It is beyond words. My special moment at the ashram, there are many of them, but it would be when I was picking up cherries in a tree, full, surrounded of cherries. It was so beautiful. And in the morning, picking up some nice raspberries as big as my thumb, or doing lavender, just removing the lavender from the stems, preparing little pockets. Many things that here we have that we take time to do, and that helps us realize at the same time who we are, how we do things, how we function, what are our goals.
Hi, I really like Yasodhara Ashram because I really like bhajans and I like mantra practice. I love that when I came here after being away for a few months, they allowed me to come and sing and play at satsang and play guitar, and it was just such a heartwarming feeling. I have so many friends here.
Hello, I'm Robert Phelps. I live in Santa Ana, California, and I was a resident here from 1972 to 1982. I'm here visiting with my wife and granddaughter, and as far as special moments go, 30 seconds is not long enough to share many years of special moments, so I just want to say I'm very glad to be here, and it's special every time I come, especially when I bring family and friends. See you next time.
My name's Lynn Ferry. I live at the ashram. I have for the last 4 years. I first came to the ashram in 1978, and I did the YTC. And I've told people over the years that I cried for 3 months. I thought I was exaggerating, so I went back to my journals just a while ago and realized that I didn't exaggerate. I cried for 3 months, and I think the course saved my life. I took the course again this year in 2013. It just keeps getting better and better, and I don't think I cried. But I feel like I just was able to clear out a lot of stuff, and it has given me the opportunity to really be here at the ashram and live here and be a full participating resident. Yeah, so I've had many, many special moments at the ashram, but it is my home. Namaste.
Hi, this is Stanley Hutchinson. It's great to be here at the ashram again. I want to tell a story that happened in Shiva Hall. Swami Radha had some of her band of young men around her, which included me at the time. There was about 3 of us or 4 of us, and she asked us to help her start a little cafe down here at the ashram, a coffee shop that served pastries and things like that, kind of in the German tradition. And we thought she was, excuse me, but that was impossible, that it just wouldn't work, couldn't happen down here. You know, the road at the time was really bad and all of those things. But it was her vision and something she wanted to see happen, and we sort of said no. At that moment, my awareness changed dramatically, and I could see that Swami Radha's motive was so crystal pure. And I looked at our motives in the group, and our motives were not crystal clear. They were self-serving, young men who wanted to be right. That's when I started surrendering to her in earnest, and that was early on in my time with her and made a huge difference. Thank you. Bye.
I'm very happy to be here at the ashram, reconnecting with dear old Gurubais and young Gurubais, and reconnecting with the Divine Mother and myself. Where's the stop button?
Hello, my name is Lorraine, and I live here at the ashram, and this year I'm practicing being present for the whole year. And so I'm going to stay with the present story because there's so many wonderful moments all the time. And yesterday we had the puja, and it was incredibly beautiful, with everyone coming all dressed up and offering their devotion at the altar and at Swami Radhananda's feet, followed by putting our flowers into the lake. And the lake was very blue, and the mountains were blue, and the sky was blue, and it was just simply beautiful. Thank you.
And I'm here at the ashram to celebrate 50 years of the ashram being here. It's actually not far from Spokane, so I've been able to come for nearly half of the 50 years, for 23 years. Happy anniversary, Yasodhara. Thank you for being here.
1, 2, 1.
Kombucha for the soul!
This is here, space wide. So this is here, space wide. An open circle, broad light. An open circle in broad daylight. So this is here, space wide. So this is here, space wide. An open circle, broad light. An open circle in broad daylight. Take baby steps on my new yet stretch to the lake, the lake, the lake. She is here, she always is. She is here, she is here. So add your ginger and add your tea. Add your ginger and add your tea. Add ginger tea and 3 cups of sugar and go. Go.
I broke a thing up.
Hello.
Hello.
We're here to try this out because we wanted to put something on the sheet. And so we'll be doing our things over again.
Yeah.
Maybe Elisha will even make one by herself.
Maybe I will.
Anyway, I was thinking, because we had a class. Did you go to the class?
I did. I sat in at the end of the class. I didn't get to
Oh,
see the
okay.
beginning part.
Anyway, as we were asking about why we're here, that was the question. And anyway, my moment that I remember is first coming here for the 10 days of yoga and walking up the guest lodge stairs. And I had been there for maybe 3 of the 10 days. And as I was going up the stairs, it finally like occurred to me in this moment of elucidation is that the whole thing is all about God. And I was like, oh my God, it's all about God.
It is.
And what it made me think upon reflection is that I have a deep desire to know God, but I don't know it at first, or that it's not like in the
You
front
don't
of
know
my
that
mind.
you know it.
Yeah, I
You
don't know that I
you
even
know.
want that.
Yeah.
It's like something that occurs a little bit later on day 3. Something like that. Okay, are we done?
Namaste, much love.
Namaste.
Namaste. Alicia Murray, August 8th, 2013. I have returned to the ashram. It is a day of one of the pujas here. I just finished meeting with Swami Matananda, kind of giving her a little bit of the scoop, and yeah, I'm blessed to be here. Bottom line, I'm blessed to be here. This place is like a honing signal, I guess. And yeah, something I'll be working on for the next little while here. One of my focuses is growing into light. So, with that, namaste.
My name is Eli, and I wanted to say thank you for the consciousness the ashram has given me after being here in the foundation years of my life. I was born here in 1978, October 25th. Spent many years here. Because of that, I now moving through life with a level of consciousness that I feel is very rare. So thank you, Swami Radha. Thank you.
Hello from the ashram. This is Swami Samayananda. Speaking to you from right outside of Shakti. We wish you could all be here for the celebration. It's been a fabulous couple of days so far. And in the background, you might be able to hear the band practicing for the big gala tonight, and people are on the stage tapping away with their dances. We had a wonderful morning this morning where we were all reflecting on what we see as changes in the ashram. And words like transparency and joy and nurturance and succession and many, many things came up that were really heartening for those of us who live here to hear that that actually our intentions and what we're doing is being reflected. Hari Om to you all.
The light, strength of purpose, and beauty of Yasodhara Ashram brings me back at least twice a year and more if I can come each year. I've been coming for over 28 years, and I consider it my spiritual home. Everybody should have such a place to come and refresh and renew. Namaste.
Mother's nourishment, an unconditional feeling, weathered emotions running deeply, tears from her eyes to water the growing soul, pain is beauty, reminders you're whole. Circular evolution in the wheel of time, repeating the understanding of our Mother the Divine. She holds us so closely, a lullaby to the mind, soothing my surroundings, my heart beats in time.
So honored to be part of the ashram's 50th anniversary. I'm Aratna Parmar from Calgary. I always feel so welcomed at the ashram, and whenever I come, I feel as if my mother is welcoming me with open arms. Thank you.
Happy 50th anniversary, Yasodhara Ashram. I'm very grateful and blessed to be here right now at this very special time. And one of the best moments I've had so far at the ashram was seeing Anusha dance. That was absolutely incredible. And thank you for bringing her here. Namaste.
Hello, I'm Janet from Spokane, Washington, in the States. And I'm up here quite a bit. But my most precious thing is that I came here in 1987 for the first time, and here I am 26 years later, here at the ashram, spending a lot of time here and loving it, and have become a different person. I've evolved and still hoping to evolve further. Namaste.
Oh, hello. It's hard to know where to begin in talking about a special moment from the ashram. From the teen programs that I did in the 90s, to the young adult program that really helped change my life during a difficult time, to doing the YDC, which was a life-defining event. The ashram has meant so much to me. But I'd have to say the most special moment of all is seeing the ashram during this 50th anniversary celebration, changing and alive and ready to take on the next 50 years and provide much more light and practices and teachings to a whole new generation. Thanks, ashram.
I'm Kathy Ann Pachniowski from Edmonton, Alberta. I'm very deeply grateful to be here at Yasodhara Ashram for the 50th anniversary celebrations. I've been coming for many years now, and it is truly my spiritual home. I feel blessed and fortunate to have the opportunity to come here, and I am deeply grateful to every person from the last 50 years who has contributed to keeping this place going. What a blessing it is to be able to come from the busy city to Yasodhara Ashram. Om Namah Shivaya, Hari Om.
Okay, so this is my 30 seconds. My name is Sylvia Boss, and I'm just so grateful to be here. And it's been such an amazing odyssey of love with all these people here. I'm just so in love with this place and with the people here, and falling in love with myself more and more every day.
Hello, it's Guinevere from the East Coast in Maine, and I'm just wanting to wish everyone a wonderful celebration at the ashram. In thinking about my special memory, I think about the first satsang I went to, and when we all chanted Om in the temple, and that feeling of togetherness and of celebration and devotion. And so I hope everyone is enjoying their time at the ashram and everywhere around the world. Much light to everyone.
My name is Jocelyn Burkhart from Thunder Bay, Ontario in Canada, and I'm delighted to be here for the celebration. I'd like to share a song that came this summer. It describes something of what I've been given here at the ashram. Hey Radha Krishna, hey Shiva Shakti, hey Radha Krishna, hey Shiva Shakti, sun and moon up above, earth and sky all around, sun and moon up above, earth and sky all around, and the light, the everlasting light, it is within each and every one. And the light, the everlasting light, it is within each and every one. Namaste.
My name is Silver, and I'm from Halifax, Nova Scotia, and I also live in Breadalbane, Prince Edward Island. And I first came to the ashram in 2007 after trying to come here in 1977 and getting as far as Kaslo, and then trying again in 1993, and the ashram was closed for that week. So when I got here in 2007, and I woke up the morning after I arrived, and I looked out the window of the barn, and I saw a full moon shining over the mountains. And I thought, yes, it was the right time. I'm in the right place. Namaste.
Hi, my name is Sondra Heinzen, and I'm from Calgary, Alberta, Canada. And the most memorable moment comes to me walking the land on this sacred place. The ashram is so sacred, imbued with mantra and the light. And it was my 1999 YDC where I walked through the mossy paths just below the temple, chanting mantra. And I just had this incredible feeling of being accompanied by Krishna, walking with me.
I am Jovita from Portugal.
And I'm Antonio, also from Portugal, and I'm coming with Jovita.
We are very happy to be here in this very special moment, the 5th anniversary, with such good people and this beautiful place. And
to be able to continue our Karma Yoga work.
And we'll do some gardening at home. No excuse from now on.
Best regards to all.
Hello, I am Nicolette Smith. I'm from Penetanguishene in Ontario. And one of my ashram memories is of a puja. It was a very cloudy day, and we were all watching the skies, wondering if it was going to pour with rain or whether we were going to have a sunny afternoon. And everybody kept saying it always comes through for us. We always have a sunny day on the puja. Well, it didn't. We were gathered together, and we were part of the way through the ceremony. And I was thinking, this is the one time there will be no sun for the puja. But I was wrong. We were coming towards the end of the ceremony, and then an amazingly bright light broke through, shone straight in through the ashram windows and shone on all of us. It was quite wonderful. And a little later I went for a long walk up the road and through clouds at the time, but when I got to the top, another beautiful, beautiful showing of sun and the light that the ashram brings to all of us.
Hi, my name's Rochelle Premack. I'm from Winnipeg, Manitoba. When I first came to the ashram, I arrived as a garden intern, and a fond memory I have is my first divine light invocation in the garden with the Karma Yogi crew of the day. And as I raised my arms and tensed and affirmed the invocation, I felt myself smile so big that even if my eyes were open, my smile was so big I wouldn't have been able to see anything anyways, because I had this feeling of being at home. And I'm really grateful for that. So thank you. And now I'm on my way for a swim in the lake.
Hi, Sharon Hovey from Yasodhara Ashram. So nice to be here for the celebrations, and particularly this morning for Swami Durgananda's memorial service in the temple, which was really special to remember her and remember what an amazing person she was and how many gifts she gave to me and to so many people here. It's been really great to see that many people here for the celebrations, full house, lots and lots of dishes to do, but wonderful activities and events going on. So really happy that I could be here, and congratulations to the ashram for 50 fine years of personal development and spiritual development work and offering to so many people. Thank you for helping me to grow and for that spiritual foundation in my life. Thanks. Namaste.
Practicing the work that Radha has offered at the ashram has helped me to connect with the divine in a practical and beautiful way, as well as taught me to embrace being human and to learn how to be more human rather than always fighting it. Oh, and my name is Elecktra, and there's lots more I could say, but that's enough for now. Thank you.
I'm Carol from Canterbury, UK. A special moment at Yasodhara Ashram, one of many, meeting a bear outside main house. I looked at the bear looked at me. The bear fell over on its back, legs in the air, I'm sure it was laughing, did a flip back onto its legs, turned round, looked at me, and then trotted off happily. A wonderful moment. Congratulations, Yasodhara Ashram, on 50 years. May there be many more. Namaste.
I'm Elaine Ito from Orangeville, Ontario, Canada. I'm really pleased to be here for this 50th celebration, and the moment that holds a special place in my heart is the dedication of the temple. I believe it was in 1992, and I was part of a group that sang for that dedication. And when we left the temple and we were on the circling around on the outer walk, there was an amazing light in the sky. I still remember that.
I'm Swami Jyotiananda, and I live now here at the ashram and have for some years. And there's many special moments, but sitting here in the annex, the one that I remember
is helping to build the annex, and I hadn't been coming very long, and I was trying to connect with a mantra, and I was painting preservative onto the wood and chanting Hari Om, and I decided that Hari Om was my best way to connect with myself and preserve the best in myself. And that's a special memory and special moment. Namaste.
Hello, I'm Jane and I live here. The first picture that I saw of the ashram wasn't really of the ashram, it was a hand on a program calendar holding the Commanderloo out of the door at Main House. And because there weren't other pictures, I was just totally intrigued by this and I wanted to come. For months I was thinking about it and wanting to come, and then of course I did come. And it was as mysterious as the program calendar made it, really. Living right up at the guest lodge and walking down the mountainside to eat, and then further down to go to satsang. And so that was my first experience of the ashram, and I was on the YDC when I first started.
My name is Kevin. One of the things that I like about coming to the ashram is being able to see the things that I've had a part in doing, no matter how small. A little bit of a project here, a little bit of a project there. I walk by and say, I remember that summer several years ago when I was working on that particular piece of the ashram. And everyone who comes here has that experience. It's something we've built together.
More than 40 years ago, I was introduced to the teachings and example of Swami Radha. And although I don't have a particular moment, I do have the practice. The most precious and abiding practice has been the Divine Light invocation. I've used it as a powerful tool within my own life and in helping others. So I have overflowing gratitude for this place and the teachings. Om Namah Shivaya to all on the path. My name is Sondra Marshall, and I come from Vancouver, Canada.
Hi, my name is Sierra, and I'm grateful to Yasodhara Ashram for giving me the confidence to make positive changes in myself and to try to bring more quality into my life, and to know that I don't have to be a saint to believe in my inner light and to connect with the divine in my own way. I can start with what I have and who I am right now.
Namaste. I'm an Andrew, originally from Toronto, Ontario, and I came out west 8 years ago, not really knowing where I was going or what I would find, and I ended up here at the ashram in the young adult program, and that has basically reoriented my my life completely, and for this I'm so grateful. So I'd like to wish the ashram a very happy 50th anniversary, and I'll look forward myself to coming back here over the next 50 years. Namaste.
Namaste. It's with heartfelt gratitude that I wish Yasodhara Ashram a very happy 50th anniversary. I am so, so grateful to have finally found my way here. And to everyone, Karma Yoga, Karma Yoga, yay, Karma Yoga. And YDC book reports too. Awesome. Namaste and thank you.
I'm Elizabeth Quinn and I'm from Ladner, BC, and I was an ashram resident for a number of years, and so I've had many special moments, but one of the specialists is being at the pujas and being with all of us in a very devoted atmosphere in the temple, and seeing Swami Radhananda sitting up at the front, and Swami Radha's photo and Swami Shivananda's photo and all the beauty, and I just have had amazing feelings in these pujas, and it's one of my favorite experiences at the ashram, and we have the pujas every year, and I always make a point of going to the pujas. And I guess devotion and being a bhakti yogi is where I find the most inspiration and healing and clarity in my life. I feel lifted to seeing the world in all its beauty. Namaste.
In 2007 was my first visit to Yasodhara Ashram. I walked into Saraswati's yoga practice room, and Swami Shivananda was guiding us in our first hidden language. The focus of the class was the tortoise pose. And I remember the compassion and wisdom that Swami Shivananda embodied, and how I felt that the tortoise was to carry my home everywhere. And now reflecting on my first visit to Yasodhara, the tortoise home, Yasodhara Ashram, will always be my home. Whether I'm traveling the world or in the city or on a stage somewhere in the world, Yasodhara Ashram is my home. Om Namah Shivaya.
My name is Amatis. I am 19. I took the YDC last year, and I love the ashram. It has showed me that my life's purpose is to know who I am, be who I am, and love who I am. Thank you.
My name is Misho. Thank you so much for holding me.
Hi, I'm Satya, an ashram resident, and the ashram moment that's coming to mind for me is when I used to come over to the ashram before I moved here, and the temple was being built. And I remember when the arches were being joined together at the top, and there was scaffolding, there was no dome underneath, it was just the arches. And I happened to come on the weekend that we were working way up at the top. And it was scary to go up on all that scaffolding, but it was the most magnificent and exhilarating feeling to be up there and to know that I was contributing to the building of the Temple of Divine Light. Namaste, happy birthday, happy 50th Yasodhara Ashram.
Hi, my name is Tara. I'm from Trinidad and I come to the ashram regularly. My memory is from my first visit to the ashram in 1998 when I took a course with Swami Radhananda, and we had karma yoga every day, moving rocks and doing physical things like picking cherries. And so an issue came up about where I spoke about my not having enough upper body strength because I couldn't move the ladder, didn't feel I could move the ladder from one tree to another. And when I spoke about that in my reflection, Swami Radhananda asked me, where does my upper body strength come from? And while I was thinking about muscles and these types of physical things, she gave me an answer and said, my upper body strength comes from my heart. And the next day, I was able to move the ladder from one tree to another as needed. So that's my memory, and that stayed with me. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Joanne, and I'm currently living here at the ashram for a year, and I'm about 8 months into my year. But on my few minutes of reflecting, walking up from our beach dinner this evening, the memory that came to mind was the year that I did my teacher training after the YDC. And it was announced that Swami Radha was going to give a mantra pronouncement. And it was at the very end of our teacher training. And I remember thinking, what a gift. And I was just so thrilled because I had been wanting a mantra initiation for a few years. And it came. So it was a commitment for me to continue with more book reports. I still had some left to do, and to support this work. I guess that was the starting point of realizing how important this place is for me and for all the other people that come here, and what can I do to support it and to ensure that it stays here. So that was sort of a real turning point in my level of commitment, and it just continues to grow, and I'm just so grateful for all that this place has to offer and for all that I've been given over the years and for the tools that are here and the support. And yeah, namaste and happy birthday, Yasodhara Ashram. And thank you again, Swami Radha and Radhananda. It's a real privilege to be part of this lineage. Namaste.
Hi, I'm Elizabeth. I've come a long way to be here from the UK. It's been a very, very special time. I will never forget these last couple of weeks and the celebrations that went on here at the ashram. Been very special to see how this place has grown from its beginnings, that we saw videos of people chopping trees down, and to see where the ashram is now. I feel very, very privileged to have taken part in this. Thank you. Namaste.
Hi, my name is Arlene Trustham, and I'm from the Comox Valley. I've been coming to the ashram now for 17 years, 17 special years. And my first memory of the ashram was one of my most special ones. Swami Durgananda was urging me to come through the door for a tour. And I came through the door and looked around and realized I was home. I've been learning ever since. So happy anniversary, Yasodhara Ashram. There'll be many more.
Hi, my name is Amy Alcock, and I first came to the ashram in July 2008 to do a 5-day workshop called Mantra Meditation and Silence. And when I first got to the ashram, I knew that it was a special place, and I really felt like I'd come home and found my spiritual home. And during that time was when I first heard about the YDC, and I knew it was something that I wanted to do, but at that time in my life it just seemed, this idea of taking 3 months off from work just to come and do this seemed really impossible. But 4.5 years later, I was able to come to the ashram, and I came to the ashram this January 2013, to do the YDC. And I've been here ever since, doing karma yoga. And it's been an amazing experience. It's really hard to sort of capture and to put into words, especially when I only have 30 seconds. But needless to say, it's been really great to be here during the celebration, during the 50th year, to both celebrate and to support the ashram during the celebrations. And I've just committed to staying on for 2 more years to do karma yoga. And I'm really excited and looking forward to the next 2 years and to being here for the next 2 years, but also being part of many more celebrations here at the ashram. Namaste.
My name is Andre. My favorite moment at the ashram is when I came back the second time. And I did a long road trip across the whole country, and I walked into the temple right before satsang, and everybody was singing Japo Ma Ma, and it was just the most amazing thing. And I was there, and next thing I know, we were singing Jai Jagadambe, and that song was a song or the bhajan, I was singing the whole time I was driving over from Ontario, and I just felt like I was home.
Yahweh Uraho, Maraho, Amakuru Chini Meza, Isa Bukuru Ninziza, Murakozi Chane. Hello everybody, how are you? I'm doing very well. Happy anniversary, and thank you very much for making it possible for me to be a part of the celebration. I am here in Rwanda, living and breathing as a physical embodiment of all the special moments that happened during my time at the ashram. I think of you every day as I practice the teachings, share the light with people, and spread love and joy. What a wonderful gift. Keep it up. Good work.
Hi, I'm Mary Lou Hess from Victoria. And hi, I'm Patricia Hurdle, also from Victoria. We met at the ashram at the YDC in 1997. At that time, I had come from Toronto. Swami Radha Krishnananda was my teacher.
I had driven across the country from Ottawa, inspired by 10 years of classes at the Ottawa Radha Yoga Center.
Thanks to the ashram and the teachings, we've been good friends and have had a very special connection for 27 years.
We feel much gratitude for the path we've taken following Swami Radha's teachings and the light of understanding of ourselves and the world that just keeps on growing.
Jai Radha!
The thing that stands out in my mind when considering the ashram and the specialness are the people. The people who've dedicated their lives to the teachings or come to the ashram to learn so they can go out into the world and bring more peace and kindness, carrying the teachings with them forward. And I find that to be the most inspiring, magical thing I've ever encountered. Namaste.
Hi, Sarah here in Auckland, New Zealand. My favourite memory at the ashram, and there's so many, was during my YDC in 2005, and we had an hour left to live and we had to go live it. And I took my guitar and I sat down on the beach by the lake, and it was stunningly beautiful, and I sang for most of the hour to myself, to the world, to the divine, to everything, and I felt just so at peace.
Hi, it's Michael and Maya here at the ashram, wishing everyone a wonderful 50th anniversary. 50th. Wishing everyone much, many more. What? Anniversaries? Never mind. Namaste.
Many more
what?
thoughts?
No.
Happy thoughts?
Many more light-filled days.
Light-filled days.
Namaste.
Yeah,
ginger tea and 3 cups of sugar and go.